welcome to Bucket Women Lockpicking and Locksport. Today we are continuing with our review of the new Aussie lockpick company, Barebones Lockpicking. If you haven't checked out part 1, go check that out. You will have been introduced to all of their gear, their philosophy, and who their target competition is. Their target competition is these cheap picks that you can get all over the place on all different sites. If you want to know where, check out the first video. There'll be a link in the description below for that video. Today I just want to answer a few questions that came up from the commenters on the previous review, and I want to continue with a direct comparison to who they are targeting to go up against as their competition, to replace, to take over, so that you don't need to buy crap sets. You can buy a quality set at an affordable price. Now, remembering, Barebones are just that. They keep the prices down. How do they keep their prices down? Because they don't clean, prep, sand, or polish their picks. If you want to do that when you get it, you go for it. Grab a little bit of sandpaper, give it a touch up. We've all had to do that to all our picks, no matter how high end you buy them. So, in answering some questions from the previous video, let me just refresh your memory on how much Barebones are charging for their gear. Now, I've just done a little bit of this for you to have a look at. And the light's going to strobe at me. Alright, let's just get this up here. Don't strobe. Okay, you can read that. That's their stuff. You can pause it at any time, rewind it, slow it down. Okay, that's their line. Not complicated, not needing any fluff, any fillers for their gear. Now, if you want to compare their prices to Sparrows, Petersen, Multipick, well, you're going to get a shock, because there's a huge difference. So let me just give you a little bo peep at that. Now, there's 2 Australian companies that sell Sparrows, Petersen, Multipick, other companies, HPC, that one, and that is not who Barebones is targeting. So if you want to buy these sort of sets from the Locksmith Toolbox in Australia, which is the one of the cheaper sites, there's your comparison. There's your kits that are similar to this kit. That's what they charge for those brands. That's what Pick Pals charges for those same kits and those brands. Okay? You look at those dollars, go back, have a look at the dollars that Barebones is charging, and you will see there is a massive difference. So continuing on with the comparison of the prices. Now, if you want to order your gear overseas, you think, okay, I'll get it cheaper if I run with the exchange rate. Well, let's have a little bo peep at that at the moment. The Aussie dollar is at an all-time low. We're at like 71 cents US. So for every dollar of US you need, you got to pay $1.40 Australian. Canadian, you get 91 cents for every Canadian dollar, so you're paying $1.10 Australian. The British pound, it's even worse. You only get 54 cents in every pound, so for every £1 you spend, you got to pay $1.86. So here you go. So when you order from Sparrows in Canada, this is your prices. Now, I have done the conversions. These are the same sets that you saw from the second page. This is when you're ordering from Southord. That's the prices you're going to be paying for those same sets. When you order, that's continuing Southord, there's your Petersen. So if you're ordering from Petersen, there's your prices, there's your conversions. However, look at shipping costs there from Petersen. $35.95 American dollars is $50.43 Australian. Here's your prices for your Law Lock tools. Your postage, £10.50, sounds cheap, $19.46. Now that is adding some dollars to your top of your price. However, with Southord, you may have noticed no shipping available to Australia at the moment. Why? Because the US Postal Service has decided in its wisdom that it will only send packages to Australia Express Post, which means you are doubling, at times tripling, depend on what post office you go to get your gear from the US to Australia at the moment. I'm mentioning to all my mates overseas, hold on to any packages you have for me until US Postal Service comes to its senses and the prices come down again. But who knows when that will be happening. I was asked a question about the Dangerfield practice set. Dangerfield practice, it's got the numbers there. Look at that one. There's your picks. I only got the two, thanks to Jake 1973 when I first started, sent them to me. So let's just answer the question. The question was, does it fit into these handles? Well, yeah, it does, because these take up to 35 thickness. So if we were to grab the bare bones, both city rakes, look at your profiles, your pick profile, your handles. Now look at your picks themselves. So at the front you've got your bare bones. Oh, here we go. Whoa, hang in there. Frogs want to get on the telly. So you line them up, same width. Length, same length. Difference is in your shaft. Look at that height difference there. So you can see already from the bare bones set, it is still thinner than the Dangerfield practice equivalent of 23 thou. So yes, they do fit into the bare bones handles. You can use your existing picks in these handles and boom, you've got handles you can actually use. So let's get into the comparison. So for this sort of pick set, which you're all familiar with, this is a brand new spring steel set. No finishing, no anything, sharp as, in a crappy case, your tension wrenches, you wonder how do you use them. Well, this sort of stuff, bare minimum they're going for now. I'm looking at eBay, $22.45. That's to buy it from an Australian site. So let's have a little compare. These are the hooks. Let's grab the hook. Turn it up the right way. So straight away you can see, whoa, there is a massive difference in the height of that shaft compared to that chunky, and that is their thinnest one. The other difference is comfortability. This you can buy it in these really comfortable plastic handles, which I went through in the previous video. Give it a bite, Pete. However, these have this stuff. This is sandwiched together spring steel. Now, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, you will have known that in my second year of picking, using these sort of picks, I developed massive callus here, which then turned into a massive cyst. You would have seen it grow from nothing to a big bulging cyst throughout that year. Later on that year, I had to have surgery to get the little beastie cut off. Now from that, I developed nerve damage. I was unable to hold a pick properly for a year before the nerves settled down and I can actually start holding my picks properly again. So I've been unable to do my daily picking practice. I've just been picking on camera right there and then, no practice, because of these sort of picks. Yeah, you can do what I did. This was my first ever set. Scored it from Rev's Picks. He filed them all down. He polished them all up. He made them usable so they'd slide in and out of keyways for me. However, they still had these handles. I tried everything to stop them cutting into me and splitting on me. I've wrapped them in duct tape, in electrical tape, layers and layers. I have tried to make these picks comfortable. Still not comfortable. Put them away. Let the kids play with them. I don't use them myself. So let's have a look at some measurements. Now, here's your bare bones. Here's your spring steel that they're going up against. Well, we already know this is a 23. So let's have a look at what's this. Whoa. That's a 27. That's that in millimeters. That's that in millimeters. Big difference. Big difference. So I don't need to go into the difference of all the picks. The profiles are all matching. The quality and the ability for a pick to actually fit into that keyway, we're talking the Aussie C4 keyway, the most common keyway you're going to find around, is a world of difference trying to fit something like that in with a tension wrench in there to something like that, in like that. Yeah, some of these kits will bump up the price and they'll come with some practice locks or that. I've given it to my nephew now. That padlock practice lock, you use them a couple of times and you don't use it again because you realise the tolerances are so bad on them. They'll often only coat with a few uses before they break, and they just give you a visual representation of what's happening in the lock. You can get that off any tutorial video from any locksporter that's put out beginner videos to teach you about what locks look like, the function of the core, the function of the pins, and what you're actually doing when you're picking a lock. I've grabbed a heap of those videos, stuck them in a playlist on my channel under beginners. I haven't even gone through them. I've just put them there for you. I did that this year when I was asked a question. Now, here's another cheapie set. You'll recognise this because J-Car's flogging them at the moment. They're flogging them for over 35 bucks. But all they are is really thin, bendy metal. Look at that. Look at the thickness. Look at the sharpness. So yeah, these picks handles are more comfortable than these ones. But are they functional? Look at all those. The answer is no. These are long because they're designed for car locks, not residential or commercial locks. That's why they're so long. That's why you get so many profiles. You wonder, well, what do I need them for? What do I use them for? Lock Noob's done a very good video explaining what all those parts are for and what you use them for. But you'll find that when you first get this set, you'll pull out 2 hooks, you'll sand them, you'll polish them up, you'll make them usable, and within no time, you'll find you've broken them. And then you get to use them as a probe. Exhibit. A probe. Pick probe. They are now little probes. Now also, I was asked about the cases. How functional are the cases? Well, before I get onto the cases, have a look at this. This is another little set you can get for like $7. Really thick, strong, good for that handing to your 3-year-old to practice picking a lock with, because you know if they snap it, it's only $7 worth, and it's strong enough to probably withstand a 3-year-old's cranking on it like this. These are also really long. These are also not really designed for commercial or residential locks. Now, we spoke about the tension wrenches in the last video. Now you can go on to any of the Chinese sites, Amazon, eBay, and find the prices for these You do a comparison of the quality from those to the prices of bare bones, and they're night and day. So I was asked about the cases. How functional are they? Well, this is the bare bones case. So this case, $4.95. affordable is that? So how functional is it? Well, it's nice and solid. It's made out of a material that, you know, if you get caught in the rain with it, it's not going to wreck your picks. It'll be water resistant. And check this out. You can put a ton of stuff in it. Look at that. Penny mat. It's both sets, the 15 thou and the 23 thou from Bare Bones. In snug. They're not coming out anywhere. They fit nicely. You can fit your tools in it for gutting. Stick your followers there. Hold your tweezers there. Put your tension wrenches in here. I didn't fill this up completely because I wanted you to see. So, yes, functional, yes, a good zip, well worth the money. So the next case they have is the Molly case. Now this case $11.95. So Bare Bones tells me they went for higher quality for this case. This Bare Bones Molly case. Yeah, it comes with a patch. Put whatever you want on it. You've got a front pocket here that you can just slip stuff into. If you're working on picks, you pull out your picks, put them in the front, boom, you're away. You can keep everything else closed up. It comes with one of these, so you can dangle it. Hang it off a doorknob. Or comes with these. Clips on. Hang it off your belt. Dead easy. So this can hold so much more than the Sparrows case. Whoa. I have got so many sections in this lock lab going at the moment. I've got stuff everywhere. This is not who their target competition is. They are not going up against the Sparrows case. This can hold so much more than that case can. That's the Sherman case, so that's their standard case. So let's have a look at what I've got in here. It's very weighty. These are to open. Look at that. I've jam-packed this full of stuff. You've got 1, 2, 3 different layers of places you can put things. Got your little torch at the front. Put in all your homebrew tension tools, or your top of the keyways. Put in all Bare Bones stuff. Over this side, I've got my gutting stuff. Tweezers. Screwdrivers. Me pens for doing my little signs, because I like to pick in all different places out in the wild, show you around, take you out of the lock lab. Even got my Santa punch. Followers fit. Got me mini. It's even got one of those. You can just dangle it off your belt as you go. So in the back here, fitted me multi-tool. It's got everything on it. What else is in it? Oh, look at that. Vice grips. Need to do some impressioning. I can do that. What have I got in the back here? Oh, look at this. My shims. Pinning tray. Bare Bones and that go really well together. So, yeah, you can fit a ton of stuff in this Molly bag. So don't be shy to pack everything in it, because it all fits. And that was just some of the things I put in it, just to give you a little bo peep at what it can do. I didn't even fill up the whole sections. So there you have it for today. Things are falling everywhere. So that's the second video, the comparison video. Prices, products, giving you a bo peep at the cases, what they're capable of. Now, the next video will be a review on how well all of this bare bones stuff is a fit for everyday carry EDC, pickers with disabilities, beginners, and how the advanced picker can also use these. Then I'll conclude with my personal experience with using all of this stuff. So stick around for part 3. Hope you've enjoyed part 2. Any questions, or leave them in the comments. I will endeavour to answer most comments today when they come in. As usual, YouTube turns off my comments and I spend the next 4 hours turning them back on. So if the comments are turned off when you go to leave your comment, because you'll be in the middle of writing it and then it won't post it, just highlight it, save what you've said, and then come back into it. The comments will be back on and you'll be able to post it. That's what I do on people's sites that have the comments turned off because of the YouTube algorithms. So, there's your second look at bare bones lockpicking gear. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay legal. Temptation is everywhere.